Welcome out to Daytona International Speedway for the running of the Lazy Days Racing Trucks Gone Wild series. They are in their drivers meeting at the moment, but we do have a pretty good sized field out here tonight. 26 drivers registered for the event tonight. We'll see how many of them do start the race. But they are finishing up. Let's see anybody on the track. We do have Brennan Schnupp out on the track. Let's see if we can see where he is at. Actually, no, they are lining up to do what looks to be a pit party. And we do have 6 minutes left in practice. So let's see if we can find a driver out on that track. The 60 of Richard Bros is on the track at the moment in that 60 machine. Can't quite see what is on that truck at the moment. Now let's see, we do have the 27 of Daniel Rendai on the track as well, running the third fastest time of practice. But not a lot of drivers really on the track right now. Still looking to see if this pit party decides to take off from pit road. Should be some great racing out here though, as there is a lot of good drivers out here tonight. We're flipping through the drivers. We're going to go ahead and listen to a little bit of music as we wait for these guys to head to qualifying. the music cut a little bit early, but we are in qualifying, waiting for those first times to come in, as they do have to take one lap around before they can count a lap. We are watching the 78 of Eric Barilli at the moment. But let's see who does get the first time in the books. Pretty nice sized field out here tonight. 27 drivers are out there, and we do have a couple that have not gone out for their qualifying laps just yet. These guys do have 5 minutes to qualify. They do have one fast repair, and Andrew Packer, nope, that has changed. Jalen Parker now on the pole. Only 7 qualifying times at the moment. And your order as they sit right now: Jalen Parker, Andrew Packer, Kerry Cleaver, Lyman Vanderweg, Eric Barilli in your top 5. Jackson Allen, Colin Dietrich, Justin Michael, Anthony Corey, and Wayne Galloway rounding out your top 10. "90 laps out here tonight, so they should have a long race. Should be a lot of maneuvering going around, guys trying to team up. There are a couple Lazy Days racing drivers out here tonight trying to find their way on the track and get their team up front. Jackson Allen will knock Eric Barilli back to, actually he's now back to 4th, as Wayne Galloway is going to go into 2nd. Robert Riley up on the pole now at the moment. And Anthony Corey now is sitting on the pole. And that's going to change really quick. Justin Michael now sitting on the pole. He actually ran quite a bit faster than Anthony Corey on that lap. Justin Michael still sitting up there. Sean Zulu will come in 2nd at the moment. And Richard Brose now sitting in 3rd. We'll look to see who is still on the track. And it does look like Nathan Sylvia is out there running laps. He's not... I believe he has finished his qualifying laps, as he's just out there now running some laps, getting used to this track. These guys should be pumped, as this is the start of the Lazy Days Racing Truck Series hosted by Trucks Gone Wild. As now Scott Sanderson, it looks like, is the only driver really pushing the truck out there. He does have his qualifying laps in. Or does he? Scott Sanderson is sitting in that 9th position right now. The overlay is messing up, but that is fine. It'll all come together as we get back to racing. And we're going to go to the grid now. So let's go ahead and take a look at our grid tonight. Justin Michael will start on the pole. Nathan Sylvia will start in 2nd. Sean Zulu will start in 3rd tonight. Richard Brose will start 4th. Anthony Corey will start in the 5th position. Chris Voiles, not sure how to say that, but he will be starting in the 6th position. Robert Riley will be starting in 7th. Wayne Galloway will start in 8th. Scott Sanderson will start in 9th tonight. Brandon Schnupp will start in 10th. Lewis Cauldron will be starting in 11th. Jackson Allen will start in 12th for Lazy Days Racing. Eric Barilli for Lazy Days Racing will start in 13th. Jalen Parker will start 14th tonight. Lyman Vanderweg will start in 15th tonight. Andrew Packer will start 16th. Kerry Cleaver will start 17th. Colin Dietrich will start in 18th. Scott Brinson will start in 19th tonight. Anthony Thitchner will start 20th. Andrew Schulta will start in 21st. Johnny Smith will start 22nd tonight. Daniel Reindell will start in 23rd. Michael Johnson starting 24th. Isaac Schneffner will start in I think that's Isaac Schaefer will start 25th tonight. Sutherland Boswell will start 26th. And rounding out the field tonight is Kyle Krishbosh, who will start 27th. So we got our field set. We're waiting for these guys to grid up, and we'll be off to racing here at Daytona International Speedway. Should be a great race out here. 95 laps, excuse me. We said 90 earlier. It is 95. So these guys will be pedal to the metal, and that is enough time where you can take your time around this track, but time will run out quickly if you wait too long, and you could get involved in that big one out here tonight. Let's go up and watch our leader, Justin Michael, as he gets ready to bring this thing to Green Flag Racing and the start of the Lazy Days Racing Truck Series here, hosted by Trucks Gone Wild. Should be a great season here for these guys. Like I said earlier, we got a lot of good drivers out here tonight. Expecting some hard-nosed racing as they kick it off here at Daytona. As they come around turn number 3 and 4, we're getting ready to go to Green Flag Racing here. And when will that pace car dip off? When will that green flag come out? These guys are itching to get to racing. Pace car dips off. Justin Michael will bring him to the line. He's on that loud pedal quick. He will get to the line. He'll start this race, and here we go. We're racing at the Lazy Days Racing Truck Series. Number 14 of Nathan Sylvia on that high side, trying to keep with him. We'll see if that high side does develop in this race tonight. They're going to go side by side into turn number 1, and actually Nathan Sylvia had a little bit of run, but didn't keep it going into the corner. Now the 87 of Justin Michael has cleared him. The 21 of Sean Zulu. Now trying to clear the 14 of Nathan Sylvia. They're trying to make that pass on the inside line. That outside line is starting to form though. 73 needs to tuck up behind the 21, but the 60 seems to not be able to keep that truck under control as the top line loses a lot of ground in turn number 3 and 4. Justin Michael will lead the first lap here tonight with Sean Zulu on his bumper. 2 laps into this thing, that bottom line has developed, and we're going to start seeing a lot of guys dip to that bottom line. Haven't seen anybody really separate from the pack right now. All the trucks all together trying to keep together and stay out of trouble. As the 73 now will stick behind. 73 of Anthony Corey will stick behind Sean Zulu. And he's battling with the 14 of Nathan Sylvia, trying to beat him on that top line with the 60 of Richard Browse right behind him. They got 4 trucks on that high side. Don't see that working out well right now, as you got a whole steam train of cars on that, or trucks on that bottom line right now. So far, so good for these guys. 3 laps down, no problems. Everybody's sticking in their spot, trying to get a run here. As we're seeing that top line start to develop, some more guys are hooking on. They're moving it to 6 trucks on that top side, trying to get a run going. 60's looking around, trying to make a spot and get in there, but he is going to stick to the back of 14 of Nathan Sylvia as he's trying to get up and past the 87 of Justin Michael, who has led now 2 laps tonight. Lap 3 though. And when do we see that high side? The high side is still sticking up there. This is the longest I have seen that high side be able to stick up there and battle. As with previous updates here on iRacing, we've had a lot of issues with that high side being able to compete up there. And we are starting to see the drop off just a little bit as the 14 of Nathan Silva will drop back to 21 of Sean Zulu will now go to the high line. And that's going to give a chance to the 73 of Anthony Corey trying to make a run on that bottom line. But Sean Zulu is in the lead for the moment. And Justin Michael has got a battle on his hands now, because is he going to lead this lap? They're showing him as the leader. When they come to the line, though, will he still be the leader? And he will. I don't think he led that lap. No, Sean Zulu will get his first lap led tonight. And he's going to have a battle on his hands as he tried to come down on Justin. Michael wasn't able to clear him, though. And that's going to slow him up and put him in a battle with the 73 of Anthony Corey now. And now mixing in Scott Sanderson of that 62 machine, trying to get up there. He's battling, he's being patient. That top line has been able to beat these guys off the corner so far. They definitely do have the more speed, but we haven't seen any of those top line drivers really dip down low, as Sean Zulu is still leading this race here. So he'll get the second lap led, and Justin Michael still sitting in second. And we do have a caution. Where is the caution at? It looks like Kyle Kelschbosch is the victim here. We'll go ahead and take a look to see what happened to him. And he is way off the pace right now. So with our first caution, let's go ahead and see what happened. Did he just miss time his turn? Oh, there's actually somebody in front of him. Who was that? That was the... Let's see if we can get a look to see who that was. And it was the 20 of Jalen Parker. Let's go ahead and see what happened to Jalen here. They were on the backstretch. He was tucked up behind a couple of trucks there on that outside line. We were seeing that outside line work. Oh, and the 49 of Lyman Vanderweg did make contact with him. Jalen into the wall, comes down on the 2 of Kyle Kelschbosch. So with that, it's going to leave, that'll actually leave Justin Michael is now showing as the leader. They are on pit road though, so we will go to that pit road battle here. We'll see who comes off first, as Justin Michael is still showing on the track, so he did not come down pit road. We actually did not have any pit stops there. Pretty impressive. Looks like the last 5 or 4 drivers did head to the pits. So Justin Michael now leading this race. It's kind of surprising. I thought Sean Zulu would be up front. But Justin Michael has now led 4 laps here tonight. Started on the pole and still sits up there in first. And it doesn't look like we have... I don't believe we have Justin Michael in TeamSpeak. We would get a word in with him, but we do not have him in here as far as I can see. Well, while we're sitting here, and is that the person we were going to interview? The 73, that is who we were going to interview right there. So we're not going to interview Anthony Corey as we are getting ready to interview him. He dips the pit road. So our top 5 as they sit right now is Justin Michael, who started in first. Sean Zulu has moved his way up from third to second. Nathan Sylvia, who started second tonight, now up to third. Scott Sanderson started ninth tonight, now up in fourth. Richard Brose started fourth, now up in that fifth position. And let's see if we can get a word in with the owner of Trucks Gone Wild here. See if we can get a word in with Johnny Smith here really quick. Johnny Smith, you got a copy?
Yes, I do, man. How we doing?
All right, we're doing pretty good. How are you doing? You got to be pretty glad to see this big of a field out here tonight for Trucks Gone Wild.
Oh, man, I am more than happy to see this big of a field. A little bit better turnout than I expected, and I can't wait to see how good this race goes in the rest of the season.
Now, is this your first league season? How many seasons have you guys done?
Well, altogether, we'll count this as number 3. The first one was kind of a test run, but we ran 2 main ones, which Andrew Shalta, who's actually racing in this, won both of them, and this will be number 3.
All right, and who are some of the drivers to watch here in this series?
Some of the big names that I like to call big names here, like Justin Michaels, Andrew Shalta, Sean Zulu, Nathan Sylvia. I mean, I can just go on and on with names for this one.
All right, well, we thought we'd bring you up in the booth, get a word with you. Are you spotting for somebody here tonight?
No, I'm more or less just doing the eye in the sky and make sure everything's going the way it should be.
All right, well, as we get to one to go, I'll let you get back to working, and great turnout here, and it's great to be here and see this league, man.
Man, thank you for broadcasting. I got to give a quick shout out to Lazy Dayz Racing for being the primary sponsor this year.
All right, and we will be going back to green. They are on the backstretch. That was Johnny Smith, owner of Trucks Gone Wild, the other man in the sky. Actually, is he on the track? No, the person who's in the tower with Johnny Smith is actually on the track, Anthony Corey. So we'll definitely be watching that build. We have had one caution tonight as we come to lap. We will be going to lap number 10. It's always fun to see a league grow like this. We've seen it with some of the other leagues that we showcase here on MaxSpeed TV3, but it's always fun to see one have a great start and go through the season and just keep building. And I wouldn't expect this to be any different from some of those leagues, as now Justin Michael will bring them back to the restart. Pace car will be dipping off here shortly. There goes the pace car, and Justin Michael on that line pedal quick. After that pace car dipped in, the green flag is out. Lap number 10, Justin Michael leading his 7th lap of the night. And we're going to see Sean Zulu try to battle on that high side. And there is no help for Sean Zulu and the 62 of Scott Sanderson on that high side. The 28, it looks like, of Chris Vols will look to that high side and try to make the run with them. And they're also getting another hookup on that high side. That is the... Is that the 72? It is the 72 of Lois Calderon. As now the 60 of Richard Brose is trying to make that run on that bottom side, trying to hook back up with those guys, as he's starting to lose the draft from the 14 of Nathan Sylvia. Scott Sanderson has hooked up with those 3 on the high side. Side by side they go into turn number 1. They're going 3 wide, decided to duck out of it. Scott Sanderson looking to that high side, deciding not to bring it 3 wide. Sean Zulu still battling up front though. And then we'll go door by door going into turn number 3 here. As we're seeing that high side definitely catch him. He will take the lead for the moment. They'll go door by door going into turn number 3. Can Sean Zulu hold on to the lead coming out of turn number 4? Doesn't look like he quite has it, as Justin Michael does have the lead. They are side by side. Justin Michael will edge him out for another lap led here tonight, taking his laps led to 8. And we are starting to see some separation in the back of the pack. Scott Brinson now 6 seconds back from the leader. But from first all the way back to 15th, you have less than a second separating the whole entire field. So these guys are nose-to-nose racing right now. As Sean Zulu on that high side did take the lead for the moment, but got it taken away really quick by Justin Michael going into 3 and 4. Can Sean get the run on that high side? As the low line is starting to have a couple guys drop off, try to catch up. Sean Zulu will lead that lap, so back and forth these two go. And we have yet to see that high line clear the low line. And it's about even for the amount of trucks, but that 60 of Richard Gross is quite a ways back from the 14 as they're starting to catch him out of turn number 3 on the back, or turn number 2 on the back stretch, heading into turn number 2. And it looks like the 87 of Justin Michael has about a car length almost on the 21 of Sean Zulu. But just as they come out of turn number 4, Sean Zulu is going to rocket out of the corner and lead his 5th lap of the night. He's getting close to making the pass on the 87. Sean Zulu, side by side, they go into 3 and 4. He's most likely going to get the run on that outside line. Does he make the clean pass? He's got a quarter panel to go. Doesn't quite make the pass at the start finish. But he's got the 62 of Scott Sanderson pushing him down the track, hoping to get him to the end here. Lap 15 now. Sean Zulu with 6 laps led to Justin Michaels 8 laps led. But Sean Zulu still battling up on that high side. He's going to go door by door. And it looks like Justin Michael might steal one here. And he doesn't. Sean Zulu will keep another lap led, heading into lap 16 tonight. And we saw Scott Sanderson once again kind of take a peek to that high line. Maybe he's trying to get a little bit of air. Maybe he's looking to try to make that pass on the top side of the track. As here he goes, he is going to get stuck on that high side. We're going to go 3 wide. And the 21 of Sean Zulu is going to start to fall back. The 87 is going to dip in front of him, try to block him on the run. That's going to give the chance up to the 14 of Nathan Silva to try to lead a lap here. He's not going to quite beat him to the line. Justin Michael getting his 9th lap led of the night. Bad move by the 62 of Scott Sanderson, who is falling through the field. Does have the 8 of, who is in the 8 machine, Andrew Scholta, who is going to hook up with him. But the 14 of Nathan Silva is on that bottom line trying to get that run. And look at that high line take off as Sean Zulu is going to push Justin Michael down the track. Now we're going to take a look back in the field because we got 3 wide action back here. As Scott Sanderson is back here battling with a bunch of trucks. As that 3 wide is starting to work on him. He's starting to get a run on that high side. We're going to go 3 wide up front. And we got 8 trucks up here battling in 3 different lanes right now. And now the 28 of Chris Voles will take the lead for the moment. He's going to give it right back up to Justin Michael. And you're seeing how much faster that bottom line is when they come into the corners. But surprisingly, the 62 and the 8 have been able to hold on that high side. And these guys are doing great racing here, able to keep going. Green flag racing, 3 wide. And then we'll go into turn number 1. The 8 scraping the wall. That's going to make the 62 drop back. Does he dip behind? Who is that on the high side with the 28? That is... I think that is Brandon Schnupp. So Scott Sanderson does fall back. We're going back to 2 wide action racing. Justin Michael still up front. And now Sean Zulu looking to that high side. Justin Michael is going to try to block him, but not going to have the run. John Michael with his 12th lap lead of the night now. And they're just starting to take off these laps. As long as it stays green flag racing, these guys will keep racing hard. 14 of Nathan Silva on that bottom line, currently sitting in 3rd. Sean Zulu on that high side, again battling with Justin Michael. Justin Michael still will hold on to that lead, but Sean Zulu is showing as the leader going into turn number 1. And that top side only has 3 cars. Actually, there's only 2 real cars drafting off of each other on that high line. When does the 31 of Brandon Schnupp decide to go to that bottom line? And now we are seeing some lap traffic. The 73 of Anthony Corey is now 1 lap down to scrape the wall. Able to get by him. And now Scott Brenson will go a lap down. So Sean Zulu on that high side. He's been on the high side almost the whole race, and Justin Michael has been battling on that low side. Everybody else has kind of shifted around, and we're going to take a look at our top 5 where these guys started. And the front is changing, and a lot of these guys are actually changing every second here. But Justin Michael did start in first, now sitting in first. Sean Zulu showing us 3rd at the moment. That might change here in a started 3rd tonight, now sitting in 2nd. Nathan Sylvia started 2nd, now in 3rd. Chris Voyle started in 6th, now in 4th, and Robert Riley started in 7th, now in the 5th position. And how far can these guys go until they have to take pit stops? I can't remember if it's 30 or 40 laps until they have to take some pit stops. And now a lot of these guys did not stop under that first caution of the night back on lap 9. So 24 lap, or on lap 24 now, and we're still battling it out in the front. And you can see now Sean Zulu up to that front. He's going to get passed by Justin Michael going into the tri-oval. Actually, Sean Zulu's going to hold on and lead his 9th lap of the night. Now Justin Michael back to the lead. Sean Zulu's top line starting to die off. And I imagine we start seeing some green flag pit stops any moment now. Lap 26 of 95 out here tonight. One caution. Great job by these guys. A lot of clean racing going on, guys. Picking their lines and choosing them. And we are still watching this battle up front because Sean Zulu is door by door with Justin Michael. He's actually going to go to the lead for the moment. Going into the turn, though, they are going to go side by side once again. And now the 87. Oh, we got to wreck the 21 of Sean Zulu into the wall. We got a lot of guys spinning around. Scott Sanderson going around. He's going to go up in the air. This is going to ruin the night for a lot of guys. We have our second caution of the night. We're going to go ahead and take a look at it and see how many guys are taken out by this one. And we're with Sean Zulu on that high side. We saw the 87 of Justin Michael go to the high side. It kind of checked up to 21, and we saw everybody really behind the top 3 get involved in that one. So that was the big one early on in tonight's race. And we'll see how many guys do drop out. They do have one quick fix. But for now, Justin Michael is up front. And I imagine we see him come down pit road as soon as they come back around. So we are going to take a quick step away here. We will keep the race on, but we will be right back before we go to green flag racing. And they are on the backstretch right now, as Nathan Silva will bring these guys around, leading his third lap. He should lead his fourth lap. Justin Michael back in third. Robert Riley now up into that second position, and Brandon Schnupp on that high side in fourth. Rounding out your top five is Sean Zulu, who was able to use his reset and get back on the track. We're getting ready to go back to green flag racing lap 31 of 95. Only 2 cautions. Pretty good out here tonight for these guys. When does Nathan Silva decide to take it to the track? Pace car has dipped off, and there goes Nathan Silva. Didn't have quite the restart we'd seen by some of these other guys, but he does have Justin Michael and Sean Zulu, who have led all the other laps out here tonight behind him. And that slow restart kind of set the rest of the track off pace. It did put a lot of guys taking their trucks behind the wall, actually. As we now have Sutherland, Boswell, Scott Brinson, Anthony Corey, Richard Brose, Jalen Parker, Daniel Rindall, and they all took their trucks behind the wall. Johnny Smith, Isaac Schaefer, and Anthony Fitcher did not take to the grid tonight. So we're down to 18 trucks, 17 on the lead lap, and it looks like almost everybody is going single file. A couple trucks here and there will go 2 by 2. As now up front, Robert Riley on that high side with, I believe that is Justin Michael down on the low side. So one big wreck, and it takes out a lot of drivers here tonight. But you do expect the big one at Dega. So now Robert Riley is battling with Scott Sanderson for third. And look at that, just as we think that bottom line is starting to become the only line, we see the 87 of Justin Michael flip to that high line. He will take the lead for the moment. And we are starting to see that high line start to develop once again. Robert Riley right behind Justin Michael. And the 14 of Nathan Silva starting to lose some time to the 87 of Justin Michael. But just like that, Scott Sanderson is going to push him through the corner. Can they survive with nobody behind him? And surprisingly, Nathan Silva able to hold up front. Does have 8 laps led tonight. And he's able to hold off against the bigger line, really, on that high side. Which is pretty surprising. I mean, we saw that high line really push that bottom line to make some moves and try to get up front. But we do know Justin Michael is pretty fast out here. So Nathan Silva with Scott Sanderson right behind him, able to push towards the front. Still working on defending that line. As now, does Justin Michael lead this lap? Doesn't. Nathan Silva will not have 10 laps under his belt, but Justin Michael looking to, he should be able to clear him now, because I don't see much behind him. Now the 33 of Robert Riley gets a little bit loose coming out there, and the 87 of Justin Michael will make the clear on the 14 of Nathan Silva, ending his laps led. And now the 33 of Robert Riley has got to try to find a way to get in front. Now the 33 of Robert Riley does go to the lead for the moment. Lap 38 of 95 here tonight. Only 2 cautions. It's been pretty good racing, like we've said most of the night. And it does look like Robert Riley will lead a lap out here tonight. That is his first lap led of the night. And now Robert starting to fall back in that 3rd position going into turn number 1. As now Scott Sanderson will pass him. Robert Riley losing a lot of speed going into the corner. And now look at that, 78 of Eric Barilli down on that bottom line. Will move into the 4th, now back to 5th as Robert Riley will move back up. Forty laps in the books as we head to 55 to go. Scott Sanderson now in the lead. He will get his first lap led of the night, grab an extra bonus point. And now the top 3, Scott Sanderson, Justin Michael, Nathan Silva. And we're still seeing Robert Riley on that high line trying to battle and keep that position. As now we're starting to double it back up. The top contenders of this race are doubling it up. We saw for a moment Eric Barilli up in that top 3, but they did double him back up, so he will fall back in line. And now we have Nathan Sylvia trying to push to that top side and make his run towards the front. Scott Sanderson able to defend him. But for how long can Scott hold on? And we do have another caution. Where was the caution at? We'll take a look. It does look like Wayne Galloway was involved. We're going to take another look at that with our third caution of the night. Oh, and let's take one more look at that. And the 14 got clipped by the 33 of Robert Riley. 92 involved. How many guys are going to be done for the night with this one, as the 8 of Andrew Schulte was also taken out, blown engine it looked like. And I don't show Wayne Galloway on the track. That's going to give the lead, though, up to Brandon Schnupp. As Wayne Galloway not on the track, looks like he has decided to retire. We have Kyle Gilsbosch still off the track. Robert Riley now off the track. Lewis Cauldron off the track as well. So we're now down to 14 drivers. And as they go to pit road, we'll take a step away once again here at Max Speed TV 3. And let's take a look at our top 5 as we come back here. Scott Sanderson, who started 9th tonight, now up in 1st. Brandon Schnupp, who started 10th, now in 2nd. Eric Barilli started back in 13th, now in 3rd. And look at our biggest mover of the night, Michael Johnson, who started 24th, now up in that 4th position. Jackson Allen started in the 12th position, now up in 5th. So pretty good run by a lot of these guys. The guys who started near the back now working their way towards the front. And we do see one dip to pit road. That is the 04 of Michael Johnson. So he will start dropping back as, are they on 2 to go still? They are still on 2 to go. Or no, they're starting to double it up, so they are on the 1 to go now. Lap 47 of 95 out here tonight. Scott Sanderson leading his 4th lap. So they will double them up. Scott Sanderson will be able to bring these guys to the line for lap 48 tonight. We are coming close to that 45 to go. They are about halfway through this race here tonight. So the pace car is getting ready to dip off. There goes Scott Sanderson now. Will bring him back to the line. Green flag is out pretty quick. Scott Sanderson doesn't really get that jump that a lot of guys have been getting. And it looks like the 31 of Brandon Schnupp did steal a lap. So now, how long does Eric really hold on that bottom line? As now Scott Sanderson is starting to retake that lead once again with the 31 of Brandon Schnupp on the high side. 21 of Sean Zulu still in this battle. And the 9 of Jackson Allen mixing in their teammate with Eric Barilli. So you gotta imagine they'll eventually work together as Lyman Vanderweg now falling in behind Eric. And that top line is not really giving these bottom line guys a lot of room, as they are about inches away from each other. Eric Barilli waiting for his moment to go to that high line to try to make the pass. He does have teammate Jackson Allen on that high side though. And Scott Sanderson getting closer and closer to being able to clear the 31 of Brandon Schnupp. And it looks like Brandon Schnupp was able to clear the 62 of Scott Sanderson. So now that makes for an interesting move here. Now Scott Sanderson is going to go to the high side. He's going to leave Eric Barilli kind of in the dark. Is he going to move up past? He's going to actually stay right in that same position as Jackson Allen on that high side. You see Brandon Riley go 3 wide. Kind of clips the wall limit there, able to bring it back in. And now Scott Sanderson looking for the possibility to clear Brandon Schnupp. And that's going to give Jackson Allen a chance here. He does drop to that bottom line. He's going to slow up Brandon Schnupp. Brandon Schnupp's going to give him a little bit of a bump trying to get the run, because Brandon's going to try to go flipping back to that outside line. There he goes. Doesn't quite clear the 9. So they're going to go 3 wide up front. And the whole top line is going to come with Jackson Allen. And they're going to leave. It looks like the 31 of Michael Schnupp kind of in that middle alone. Robert Riley is now dipping to that line. 3 wide action. And where does Sean Zulu go? He's going to start falling back. And Brandon Schnupp back out front with Robert Riley right behind him. And the 8 of Andrew Schulta is also pushing him. They're going to go to that inside line. It's going to leave Scott Sanderson on that bottom line. He's going to come up, not make contact with the it looked like the 78 of Eric Burley snapped loose, able to keep that truck under control. I'm surprised Scott Sanderson came back up on the track like that. That is going to give the lead up to... Oh, we actually have a new leader. We had a little bit of wreck on the front stretch. No caution. The 31 into that inside wall. Doesn't bring it up on the track. They're going to keep it green flag racing. As Jackson Allen, your new leader at the moment, Andrew Schulte did lead the lap there. And our top 5 is all sitting together right now on lap 52. So now Sean Zulu looking to get back up there and lead more laps, as it looks like the 9 of Jackson Allen all out to dry right now. Everybody else going to that high line. It does look like the 67 of Andrew Packer and Eric Burley trying to catch that line. They're trying to catch up to the field. And look at that, Jackson Allen's going to hook up with the 67 of Andrew Packer, trying to make a run on that bottom line. And Sean Zulu has dipped to that bottom line as well. So they're going to start to form kind of a line here and try to get things rolling. As now Justin Michael will clear, and so will the 8 of Andrew Schulte. It looks like the 33 of Robert Riley trying to make a run on that high line, but he is actually 1 lap down. And now the 9 of Jackson Allen has fallen off of that lead. Go back up here as Justin Michael will lead him. Justin Michael has now led 19 laps as we come to the 40 to go. So now your top 3 is Justin Michael, Andrew Schulte, Sean Zulu, and Robert Riley sitting back in 15th, trying to battle to get his lap back. He will go to the inside line, and it does look like they are going to give him his lap back. So now Robert Riley back on that lead lap as we come to lap 57 now. Let's take a look through the field at the drivers. Justin Michael is actually in second as Sean Zulu will take the lead. Sean Zulu started third, has now led 11 laps here tonight, currently sits in first. Justin Michael started on the pole tonight, led 20 laps, now sitting in second. Andrew Schulte started 21st tonight, now up in the third spot. He did have 1 lap led as well. Andrew Packer started back in 16th, now up to 4th. Jackson Allen hooking up with teammate Eric Burley right now. started in the 12th spot and led 1 lap, now in 5th. Eric Burley started in 13th, now 6th. Scott Sanderson started 9th tonight, led 5 laps, now sitting back in 7th. Kerry Cleaver started in 17th tonight, now up to 8th. Nathan Sylvia started in 2nd, led 12 laps, now in 9th. Michael Johnson started in 24th, now sitting in 10th. Lyman Vanderweg started 15th, now up to 11th. Colin Dietrich started in 18th, now up to 12th, running off the pace on his own. Robert Riley started 7th, led 1 lap, is now sitting in 13th, just barely on the lead lap. And then you go to Brandon Schnupp, who has pulled his truck behind the wall. Chris Voiles, who pulled his truck behind the wall. Kyle Kiesbach, Wayne Galloway, Lewis Cauldron, Sutherland Boswell, Scott Brenson, Anthony Corey, Richard Brose, Jalen Parker, Daniel Rindhall, and Johnny Smith, Isaac Schaefer, and Anthony Fitchner did not take the field tonight. So let's go back as Andrew Schulte has taken the lead. He's trying to make a run and put Robert Riley back on 1 lap down. He is on that high side with the 67 of Andrew Packer, who has not been to the front quite just yet as we come to the 35 to go. And Robert Riley just barely holding on to that lead lap as he's got the 21 of Sean Zulu kind of pushing him along, making sure he stays on that lead lap. So now Andrew Schulte will lead his 3rd lap of the night. And Robert Riley still holding on to that top spot of this pack. It's keeping his lap. Pretty impressive by Robert, as I think he's got a little bit of damage, but he's been able to hold on. Sean Zulu now looking to that inside line to make the pass. Maybe he's just getting some air to that truck. And we'll take a look through the field now as we got one more battle group going on back here. Scott Sanderson with Eric Burley, the 9 of Jackson Allen, the 69 of Kerry Cleaver, and the 14 of Nathan Silva, along with the 10th place truck at the moment, Lyman Vanderweg. We're down to 13 on the track. One is 1 lap down. Robert Riley is your last truck on the lead lap. And we'll head back out front because Andrew Schulte is battling up there, trying to get up front. He is up front at the moment. That's going to put Robert Riley 1 lap down if he can make the pass on him. And it does look like he will make the pass on the lap. So Andrew Schulte back to the lead with his 4th lap led. That's going to put Robert Riley 1 lap down for the moment. And Robert trying to fight to get that lap back as we're getting close to 30 to go. We're coming to the last third of this race here tonight. As now Sean Zulu side by side with Andrew Schulte, and actually he's about on the rear quarter panel. You also have Justin Michael and Andrew Packer in this group with Robert Riley, and to have those 4 leaders right behind you has got to be pretty intimidating, but he's doing everything he can to keep that truck on the lead lap. Looked like Sean Zulu looked to that high side thinking about clearing Robert Riley. As now we're seeing the difference between 3 trucks versus 2 trucks. And we are starting to see this pack back here start to gain some time on those leaders. Slowly but surely they are down to 5.8 seconds at some points, 5.7. They're starting to gain some time. Will they have enough time, though? As we've got a blown engine. Jackson Allen just blew his motor. That is going to put a damper on that group. So that number 9 got a little bit too hot. Blew his engine. And we'll go back up front now as Sean Zulu lost a truck also. What happened to Andrew Packer is way off the pace now. And now Sean Zulu is all by himself up front. And now the number 9 of Corey Diedrich looking to go 2 laps down. He will get past, but he's going to hook onto that back line. Doesn't quite get it. So he will remain 2 laps down as Robert Riley. Look at him, able to battle up here. Jackson Allen has, I believe he will be taking it off the field. Or maybe he has quick repair because he is coming back strong. He's back on the track 1 lap down now. Andrew Schulte now with his 8th lap led as they are on lap 69 of 95 here tonight. 3 cautions, pretty impressive once again. You know, we said it kind of earlier and we kept saying it through the night. 3 cautions here at Daytona is pretty good for these guys. It's pretty good for any league, to be honest, and any vehicle out here, as you tend to have a lot of guys taking more risk. We had that big one earlier on that took a lot of guys out. But for right now, Sean Zulu, Andrew Schulte up front, and then behind them you have Justin Michael, who also has 20 laps led tonight. As they're now working on coming to lap 70. And you gotta imagine the 21 of Sean Zulu has gotta be thinking, when is he gonna make the move to get around the 33, because he's gotta get in front of that 8 of Andrew Schulte, who keeps knocking off laps here. And you gotta imagine Justin Michael behind him has gotta be happy to see that Sean Zulu is not getting laps led, because he was the closest to Justin Michael's 20 laps led. So right now, still Andrew Schulte up front leading some laps. And we haven't seen Sean Zulu, and maybe it's because he knows if he tries to make a move, it could end up in a wreck or him falling back. But we haven't really seen Sean Zulu make a move here. Sean Zulu peeks to that inside line, doesn't quite get the run that he wanted, so he will dip it behind Robert Riley. Now the 8 of Andrew Schulte is getting ready to clear Robert Riley. And we're inching close to that 20 to go mark. And we haven't really seen much change up front. Let's take a run through the field really quick. See a look back at this second battle. Scott Sanderson leading that pack. And Eric Burley now back in the 8th position. Nathan Sylvia on that high side, trying to get the run to get to the front of this group once again. As 2 of these trucks in this pack will be in that top 5. And down low we had, that was the 04 of Michael Johnson. Not sure what happened to Michael Johnson down there, but he is down on, is he coming to pit road? He might be trying to come to pit road early and be done for the night on his pit stops. We'll see what Michael Johnson does here, as the leaders will be coming back around. Andrew Schulte on the backstretch at the moment. He did make the pass on Robert Riley, so now Sean Zulu has got to look for his moment to get underneath Robert Riley, catch these guys so he has a chance to win this tonight. Sean Zulu still behind Robert Riley, hasn't looked to pass him just quite yet, as he's still trying to just hook up with these guys. Maybe they are thinking run a few laps as we're on the 20 to go. Maybe he's thinking run a few laps, get to that high line and make the pass, and it looks like Robert got a little bit loose there and it kind of messed with the 21. But now Andrew Schulte 2 He looked to that high line for a moment, didn't quite take it. So Andrew Schulte will remain right behind Robert Riley, and they're starting to lose those top two. And here they come to pit road. This is going to be the interesting part of this. We'll check the pit stops as the 8 got a little bit loose. Did he get caught with speeding? And we'll see how the pit stops go. As your new leader right now will be Eric Barilli. We'll see how the pit stops go here for these guys who all came to the pits. Eric Barilli was the only person to stay out. He's got the 04, a truck 2 laps down, and the 09 of Colin Diedrich, who is 2 laps down behind him. And we saw Michael Johnson hit earlier, so Eric Barilli's got these guys with him. And it did look like he was communicating with those guys saying, I'm going to the pits, so Eric Barilli will now come down pit road as your leader. And he is 24 seconds ahead of Andrew Schulte. And now, Andrew Schulte, is he back to the lead? He is. He will not be counted as the leader just yet with 17 to go. But he is showing as the leader as now Eric Barilli back in the 6th position. And Andrew Schulte getting passed up by Justin Michael. Justin Michael wants to protect that most laps led tonight, has 22. Andrew Schulte 17. So there are our pit stops for the night. Take a look at them as we had a couple little changes here and there. Eric Barilli was able to kind of get in front of that second pack. We only have 9 trucks on the lead lap right now. As we take a look through here, Sean Zulu with Robert Riley still the 14 of Nathan Silva is only 8 seconds back with Scott Sanderson. And then you go 18 seconds back to Eric Barilli with Kerry Cleaver. And then the last trucks on the lead lap is 23 seconds back, Lyman Vanderweg and Andrew Packer back here with, that is the 09 of Colin Diedrich and the 04 of Michael Johnson. And we haven't seen a move by Andrew Schulte just yet. Justin Michael still up front as we come to 13 to go here tonight. And we are seeing Sean Zulu try to make his move up there. He is 1.8 back, but that is slowly starting to tick away. And I imagine if the 8 of Andrew Schultes tries to make a move here, maybe we see Sean Zulu move towards the front a little bit. 1.5 back, he is ticking away time. Now let's go back here and watch Sean Zulu, because they're within striking distance now. 1.3, that time is dropping every lap they go around. 12 to go right now. $12 to go, down to 1.1. And they're going to take it down to 1 second now. So 12 to go. They are ticking away the time to get up to the leaders. And even though Robert Riley is a lap down, he's contributing to this victory. If Sean Zulu can get to the lead tonight and come off with a win. 0.8 back from the leaders now. Coming to 11 to go. Now down to 0.3. They're within drafting distance now. So are they going to try to go to that high side? And they are. Robert Riley going to that high side. Are they going to make the pass? They seem to be faster as they are getting time on these guys. So now Robert Riley, Sean Zulu up to that high side. Can they complete the pass on these front two? With 10 to go now. And you're seeing Sean Zulu kind of look to that inside line. Maybe he's thinking about dropping down there, getting around Robert Riley, but Robert Riley has helped him get towards the front here. He gets a little bit loose, coming out of the corner. And then they go to that high side line again. Seems like they are taking every corner they get. And it looked like the 8 of Andrew Schulte kind of looked to that high line as well. As they're going to go side by side, 2 wide. And Sean Zulu looking to move into that second position right now. It's going to fall off going into the corner. And they are going to tuck him behind the leaders for the moment. Looks like Andrew Schulte thought about going to that high side. There goes Robert Riley once again with Sean Zulu right behind him. 8 to go now. And we're still waiting to see if they're going to try to make a move here. 8 to go. It might be too early for Sean to try to make that move toward the front. We saw him make up a lot of time. Nathan Sylvia has actually made up a pretty good amount, moving to 6.8 back. And it does look like that second pack has really built, and they are 4 cars, maybe more. I'm not sure how many lap cars are in that pack. 7 to go now, though. Time is starting to dwindle for the 21. And just a heads up, if any of these leaders are watching the stream tonight, you must be in TeamSpeak to get an interview tonight. We don't have any of them in TeamSpeak at the moment, but we do have 3 up front. They're going to keep battling as 6 to go now. Justin Michael has launched the most laps led tonight with 31. Nobody can come close to him, so just these Andrew Schulte and Sean Zulu, all they have to battle for now is the win. Justin Michael leading yet another lap. 5 to go now. Robert Riley just trying to get up there and get his lap back. Maybe bring Sean Zulu with him for a win tonight. And they are doing everything they can to take on Andrew Schulte and Justin Michael right now. And Robert Riley up the track. Sean Zulu will get around him. Maybe they're thinking a different strategy here. 4 to go. Sean Zolta might now be telling him, get on my back, let's go. 21 now goes to that high line. He will dip it really close to Andrew Schulte, and they're almost door to door there. And he will go side by side. He should get a pretty good run on here. Does Justin Michael look to that high side to make the block? He doesn't. So they're going to be door by door going to the lap. Or 3 to go now. Sean Zulu up into that second position. And he'll tuck it really close once again. And they're going to go 3 wide up front possibly. It does look like Andrew Schulte starting to drop off. And Sean Zulu in the lead. Can he hold on to it coming out of the corner, though? And it does look like with 2 to go, we'll have a new leader, Sean Zolta, up front with his 17th lap led tonight. 2 to go. Not giving Justin Michael a ton of room. Door by door, these 2 go. Sean Zolta is still the leader for the moment. He does clear him. Is he going to drop to the bottom line? He does. He's going to drop in front of Justin Michael, leaving Robert Riley out there. But Robert Riley did his job, got Sean Zolta to the lead as they come to the white flag. Now Sean Zolta doing everything he can to hold on here as they come out of turn number 2. 3 truck battle for the lead. Justin Michael looks to that high side. It looks like Andrew Schulte is going to go with him. That is going to possibly give it up for Justin Michael. as now Robert Riley is going to dip in behind Sean Zolta, and that is going to change the pace of this race. And the 8 is spinning. He's going to go up into the 21. That is going to change the dynamic of this race here. Can Nathan Sylvia get into that top 3? And here comes Nathan Sylvia. And look at that, Nathan Sylvia and Scott Sanderson are going to round out the top 3. We didn't see that coming. And we don't have those two guys in TeamSpeak either, so pretty crazy finish. And that's going to drop Sean Zulu and Andrew Schulte back in the field and give up second and third to the 14 of Nathan Sylvia and the 62 of Scott Sanderson. And since we don't have any of these guys in TeamSpeak, we are going to go ahead and look at our results for the night. Let's go ahead and take a look at those results tonight. And it was Justin Michael coming away with the win. Nathan Sylvia will be in second tonight. Scott Sanderson third. Andrew Schulte in fourth. Sean Zulu will finish fifth tonight after running near the front for a lot of this race tonight. Lyman Vanderwig will finish sixth. Kerry Cleaver will finish seventh. Eric Barilli will finish eighth. And the last truck on the lead lap was the 9 of Andrew Packer. Robert Riley will finish 10th tonight. Jackson Allen will finish 11th. Michael Johnson will finish 12th. Colin Diedrich will finish 13th. Brandon Schnupp will finish 14th. Chris Voles will finish 15th tonight. Kyle Kieshelbosch will finish in 16th. Wayne Galloway will finish in 17th. Lewis Cauldron will finish in the 18th spot. Sutherland Boswell will finish 19th. Scott Sanderson will finish 20th tonight. Whoops. Anthony Corey will finish 21st. Richard Brose will finish 22nd. Jalen Parker will finish 23rd tonight. Daniel Reindahl will finish 24th. Anthony Thitchner did not take the field. Johnny Smith did not take the field. And Isaac Schaefer did not take the field tonight. So unfortunately, we do not have these 3 drivers in TeamSpeak tonight. We'll make sure to pass along that word to these guys. You got to be in TeamSpeak to have a post-race interview. We actually just got Scott Sanderson in here. So let's go ahead and get a word in with Scott Sanderson. Scott Sanderson, you got a copy?
I do, yes. How you doing?
All right, we got you in TeamSpeak just before the cutoff. Well, yeah, what a crazy wreck to end this race tonight. You do come away with a 3rd place finish. How was the truck out there tonight?
The truck was really fast. I kind of got, for lack of better words, screwed over. I got squeezed down there. I think it was going into 3. I don't know if you guys caught it or not, but got squeezed down. Had to get on the brakes real hard to. Still ended up coming up the track, and that just put us way too far behind the 8 ball. Otherwise, I felt like this thing had a chance of winning it. It was on a rail. It was fast.
Yeah, we did catch that. We saw you kind of get control of it and get back on the track. Now, how was your night? Did you have somebody to kind of work with throughout the night?
No, actually, I didn't even plan on racing this until I think it was like 10 minutes before, and that's why I wasn't in TeamSpeak. I didn't know they had changed the TeamSpeak address. And, yeah, so nobody knew I was going to show up, and, I mean, I race with these guys almost every week, so I'm sure they have no problem working with me and stuff like that, like what me and Nate did there at the end. But, yeah, no one knew it, so I was kind of out there to dry. No one had a plan for us, so kind of just winging it.
All right, and we are checking on something here. But is this your first race with Trucks Gone Wild?
No, I was with them in their first season, and they, I guess, found a way to get the league started back up. So it's going to be a limited schedule for us since this conflicts with the work schedule. But had tonight off, so I figured, what the heck, jump on over here and see if we can win one. But didn't work out that way.
Now, next week they head to Atlanta. Do you expect to be out there next week?
I will not. I already know I have to work next Friday, so nope. Atlanta's a fun track, multiple grooves if you can get the high line to work, so it'll be a good one to miss, unfortunately.
All right, well, you do start ninth tonight. You come away with a third-place finish, and you get 5 laps led. Anybody you'd like to give a shout-out to?
First off, everybody that puts this league on, Johnny, Carrie, all the admins, you guys up in the booth for taking the time out of your day to put this broadcast together and get the fans hopefully something to enjoy. Hopefully we put a good show on. And if you got trading paints running, which I'm sure you do, everybody around this truck, all the armed forces, especially the guys on the tailgate or on the bed of this truck, they closest to me, friends, family, even some of the guys I race here with. So everybody that's on this truck, armed forces, police officers, firefighters, anybody that keeps us free and lets us do what we like to do. So yeah, hats off to them. I mean, lack of better words.
And we did just get a close-up of that truck bed, so we did get all those names on the broadcast for you tonight. Congrats once again on your third-place finish.
Thank you, sir.
All right, and we will head to our second-place finisher, Nathan Sylvia. Got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, once again, you got kind of I guess you got, for a lack of a better term, you got lucky at the end there, and you had that wreck where you were able to kind of push ahead of those guys who were wrecking and finish second tonight. How was the truck out there?
It was really fast. We were in the top 3 most of the race until we get in the. I'm pretty sure it was the second and third caution, and then I get sent to the back, and then I get in another wreck, but it wasn't a caution. We saved the car. I was shocked that I even get to top 3 because I was pretty sure I was just settle in 4th.
Now, we saw you working with Scott for a little while. Is there anybody else you were working with tonight?
The whole time, the maximum velocity, Justin, Carrie, Chris, Sean, Michael, and Andrew.
All right. Now, next week we head to Atlanta. How are you at Atlanta? Do you expect another great finish out there?
Yeah, I think I can get into top 5 again. I mean, Atlanta's not the best track for me, but I really enjoy it, so hopefully we can get a good finish.
All right. Well, you start second and you finish second. You also led 12 laps tonight. Pretty good job out there. Anybody you'd like to give a shout out to?
You for broadcasting, Johnny, and Carrie, and all the admins.
All right. Well, congrats once again on your second place finish, and hopefully we get to see you up near the front once again next week at Atlanta.
Thank you.
And now we will head to our winner tonight, who is... Oh, we can't see him on the track anymore. Justin Michael, you got a copy?
Hey, Steven, how are you?
All right, well, you did everything you needed to out there tonight. You led 35 laps. You started on the pole, so you come away with the pole win, and you come away with the race win. How was it out there tonight?
It was a pretty good race. I do like racing this track more in Talladega. I don't know why. It's better, but hated that. I think that wreck there at the last lap was my fault, so I hate it for Sean and Andrew. Definitely happy we come away with the win. Thanks Next Gen Studios. Glad to get them a victory.
Now, one question we do have for you: what was going through your mind when you saw, I guess, the duo of Sean Zulu and Robert Riley coming up on you?
Well, I mean, I knew what was going to happen. I knew it. I kind of let Sean in front of me because I wanted to be able to pass him on the last lap because I knew he had some damage, and I took a reset on that last pit stop. So it was more of a strategy move. I could side draft him and keep him beside me, but I kind of let him go. I was gonna slingshot him off of turn 4, but I figured it would be better off of turn 2. So, but it all worked out in the end.
All right. Well, once again, you do start on the pole tonight. You come away with the win. Lead 35 laps tonight. Anybody you'd like to give a shout out to?
Just you for calling the broadcast, Next Gen Studios for the sponsorship. You can check them out at ngsmn.com, and Johnny for putting on the league.
All right, well, congrats once again on your first place finish tonight, and we hope to see you back at Atlanta next week.
Thanks, Steven.
All right, and with that, we have gone through the results tonight, so we will skip ahead. And with that, I'd like to thank everybody for coming by and checking out the race. We will be back next week here at Trucks Gone Wild for the second round of the Lazy Days Racing Truck Series at Atlanta. So make sure to stop by next week as we go to Atlanta for another great race here at Trucks Gone Wild.